Expression with more than 3 terms. So this is not a polynomial. This expression is having only one term. This is not a polynomial. No, this is a polynomial also. This is a polynomial. Polynomial is an expression which contains variables for only one variable, which contain a variable having different powers, and the power of variable is a whole number. It can be 0, 1, 2, 3, but it cannot be negative or it cannot be fraction. So in a polynomial, power of variable is whole number, like this: a0 plus a1x plus a2x square. Here the x is variable and the power of variable, in this case 0, 1, 2, 3 and so on. Power can be anything, but always whole number. So this is a general polynomial. The highest power of the variable in a polynomial is called degree of the polynomial. Highest power of variable, highest power of variable in a polynomial is called degree of polynomial. Highest power is called degree. So based on the degree we can define the polynomial. We can make a classification of the polynomial based on the degree. So first one is constant polynomial. Constant polynomial is a polynomial with 0 degree. If you are in favor, it is a polynomial. Not in favor, Srinidhi? Doubt. It is a polynomial. It is a polynomial. See, I told that power of the variable should be whole number, not the natural whole number. And 0 is also a whole number. 0 comes under the whole number. This is 5. I can write it 5 into x to the power 0. X to the power 0 is 1 only. So this is a polynomial having degree 0. Correct? Because degree 0 is x, if you take degree 0, that means x to the power 0 is equal to 1. So you can multiply with anything. So 5 is a polynomial and it is called constant polynomial because degree of this is 0. Power of the variable is 0. Tell me this one, 0, is it a polynomial? Yes? No? Acha, degree of constant polynomial is 0. So degree of 5 is 0. 0 is also a polynomial. This is known as 0 polynomial. This has a separate name. 0 is known as 0 polynomial. Separate name is given to this. This is known as 0 polynomial and the degree of this is not defined because 0 into anything is 0. So we say that degree is not defined in this case. For 0 polynomial, degree is not defined. For the constant polynomial, degree is 0. For the 0 polynomial, degree is not there. Then the second one, linear polynomial. Linear polynomial is a polynomial with degree is equal to 1. Linear polynomial is a polynomial with degree is equal to 1. So, what are the possible examples? 2x. 2x is a linear polynomial. Degree of this is 1. 3y. Is this a linear polynomial? Yes. 3y plus 5. This is also a linear polynomial. Degree is the maximum power. Maximum power is 1. Minimum can be 0 to 0. Minimum can be 0. Maximum is 1. So linear polynomial have degree 1. Achha, maximum number of terms in the linear polynomial. Terms are separated by plus or minus sign in a polynomial. So in this polynomial, how many terms are there? One or two? Two terms are there, one and two. In this polynomial, one. So maximum number of terms are in linear polynomial equal to 2. It cannot be more than that. Suppose I write 3y plus 7. In this case, how many terms are there? 2 or 3? Hmm? This constant will be considered a single term because we can write it 3y plus 9. Then 9 cannot be added with 3y. It cannot be mixed together. Because like terms can be added together, unlike terms cannot be added. So 3y and 9 both are separate terms. So in this case also there are only two terms, not three terms. We will not write them three terms. Otherwise I can write it 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1. There may be 8 or 10 terms, but it is not like that. In linear polynomial, maximum number of terms are two. Then there is quadratic polynomial. Quadratic polynomial. In quadratic polynomial, degree is equal to 2. Degree is the highest power. So maximum power of the variable in this case. For example, 3x square plus 5x plus 7. In this case, degree is equal to, or can you write 5x square? Is this a quadratic polynomial? Yes, this is also a quadratic polynomial. 5x square plus 2. Yes, this is also a quadratic polynomial. And the fourth one is cubic polynomial. Cubic is, that means degree 3. Cubic means degree 3. Example, x cube minus x square plus 1. This is a cubic polynomial. Degree is equal to 3. Then the fifth one, biquadratic. Up to biquadratic you have to remember. Biquadratic polynomial is a polynomial with degree is equal to 4. Degree 4 for the biquadratic polynomial. Example, x4 minus x square plus 1. This is a biquadratic polynomial because degree of this is equal to 4. So this is one of the classification of the polynomial based on the degree of the polynomial. Second classification of the polynomial is based on the number of terms. You can note it down. This classification is based on the degree of the polynomial, highest power of the variable. If degree is equal to 0, it is called constant polynomial. Degree is equal to 1, linear polynomial. Degree is equal to 2, quadratic polynomial. Degree is equal to 3, cubic polynomial. Degree is equal to 4, biquadratic polynomial. So, you got the result? मैथ मैथ में कितना है साइंस 70 where you lose marks physics biology हाँ श्रीनिवास your score how much huh out of 80 or 100 math which school you are huh Navaprachana and science I don't know. I tell you next. Uh, in the average range means 60 or 60s and 70s or 50s. Science. Science is good only above 60. Above 60. Srinidhi, your score? out of 900. Out of 80 you get 70. And science 78 out of 80. What? Huh? 830. Why? Huh? Wait for half an hour more. Okay, done. So next classification is based on the number of terms. The first based on number of terms. First one is called monomial. Monomial is a polynomial in which there is only one term. For example, 5x to the power 4. This polynomial has only one term, so it is called monomial. What is the degree of this polynomial? 4. Second type of polynomial is binomial. Binomial contains two terms. Example 5x square plus 1. This is a binomial. Third type of polynomial is trinomial. Trinomial contains three terms. Example 3x cube plus 5x square plus 1. This is a trinomial. So this is one of the classification based on the number of terms. So there were two classification. One is based on the number of based on the degree. Second one is based on the number of terms. Then zeros of polynomial. Zeros are also known as roots of the polynomial. Zeros are also known. Zeros and roots are both. Zeros and roots both are same thing. So zeros of the polynomial are the point where value of polynomial becomes 0. Becomes 0. Zeros are the point where the value of polynomial becomes 0. Suppose I take this polynomial px is equal to, px is a polynomial in x. Px means polynomial in x. Px is equal to x to the power 4 minus 3x cube plus x square plus 1. This is a polynomial. Now if you check at x equal to 1, at x equal to 1, what will be the value of this polynomial? Check it. Check the value of x equal to 1. We put x equal to 1 in this polynomial. So P1 is equal to 1 to the power 4, 1 minus 3 into 1, 1, 3 plus 1 plus 1. So 1 plus 1 plus 1, 3, 3 minus 3 is equal to 0. So the value of this polynomial becomes equal to 0 at x equal to 1. At x equal to 1, this is equal to 0. Therefore, what does that mean? X equal to 1 is a 0 of polynomial px. Zeros are the point where the value of polynomial becomes 0. Here 0 is x equal to 1. X equal to 1 is 0. Okay. So now the next is check whether x equal to root 2 is a 0 of x square minus 2 root 2x plus 4 plus 2 is equal to 0. Check whether x equal to root 2 is a 0 of this polynomial. Check it. How do we check? We'll find the value of this polynomial at x equal to root 2. If the value is equal to 0, then it is a 0. Otherwise, it is not. It's not. Is it a 0 or no? It is. So to check it is 0 or not, we'll take px equal to x square minus 2 root 2x plus 2. So we substitute x equal to root 2 in this equation. P of root 2 is equal to root 2 square minus 2 root 2 into root 2 plus 2. Okay. Now root 2 square is 2 minus root 2 into root 4 plus 2. 2 plus 2 minus 4 is equal to 0. P of root 2 is equal to 0. That means x equal to root 2 is the 0 of this polynomial. Therefore, x equal to root 2 is the 0 of this polynomial. X equal to root 2 is the 0 of this polynomial. Correct? Now, one more question of this type. Check whether x equal to root 5 is a 0 of polynomial x square minus 2 root 5x minus 5 is. Check whether x equal to root 5 is a 0 of this polynomial. It's not. So to check again, we'll put x equal to root 5 in this equation. So this is done. So now px is equal to x square minus 2 root 5x minus 5. This is px. Correct? X square minus 2 root 5x minus 5. Now we have to find the value of this polynomial at root 5. P of root 5. In place of x, you have to substitute root 5. So it becomes root 5 square minus 2 root 5 into root 5 minus 5. Now root 5 square is 5 minus 2 into 5. Hmm? This becomes 5 only, root 5 into root 5, 5, 2 into 5, 10, minus 5. So this becomes 5 minus 15. 10 minus 10 minus 5 is minus 15. Everybody know this? Minus 10. So therefore, x equal to root 5 is not a 0 of this polynomial. Got it? So to check the 0, we have to substitute the value of x. Now the next topic is finding zeros of the polynomial. Finding zeros for finding zeros for first one is linear polynomial. Finding zeros for linear polynomial. So in this type of questions, zero is already a value of x is already given. You have to verify it is a zero or not. To verify that you are substituting that value of x in the polynomial. If the answer is equal to 0, then it is a 0, otherwise it is not the 0. Now the process will be reverse. In this case, we have to find the zero. Zeros are the point where the polynomial becomes equal to 0. So what we do, we equate the polynomial equal to 0. Then we solve that. Okay. So linear polynomial example, let's say 3x plus 5. This is a polynomial and we have to find the zero of this polynomial 3x plus 5. So let's say px is equal to 3x plus 5. So to find the zero, you have to equate the polynomial with 0. Because zeros are the value at which polynomial becomes equal to 0. So 3x plus 5 equal to 0. Now solve it. 3x equal to minus 5, x equal to minus 5 by 3. So x equal to minus 5 by 3 is the zero of this polynomial. Understood? This is very simple. Linear polynomial के केस में equate the polynomial with 0 and find the value of x or y. Suppose the example is given like this: py is equal to 3y minus 2 root 5. Now find the zero of this polynomial. In this case, variable is y, not x. So we'll find the value of y. Hmm. 2 root 5, only 2 root 5, 2 root 5 by 3. 3y minus 2 root 5 equal to 0 na. So equate it equal to 0. 3y minus 2 root 5 is equal to 0. So 3y is equal to 2 root 5, correct? So y is equal to 2 root 5 by, this is the zero of this polynomial. Understood? Got it everybody? Now we are moving to quadratic polynomial because this is very easy. Linear के केस में कुछ नहीं है. Equate to 0 and find the value of x or y. Whatever the variable. Variable can be z also. Z, t, u, s. Anything can be with a variable. Suppose I write P s equal to s minus 2. So in this case, we have to find the value of s. S minus 2 is equal to 0. S is equal to 2 is the zero of this polynomial. Okay. The second one, next is quadratic polynomial. Finding zeros in quadratic polynomial. Finding zeros in quadratic polynomial. So let's say the polynomial is x square minus 22x plus 57. This is a polynomial and we have to find the zeros of this polynomial. Again we will make it equal to 0. To find the zero, we have to make this polynomial equal to 0. So x square minus 22x plus 57 is equal to 0. Now, now we have to use middle term splitting method to find the factors. Then only you can find the zeros. In case of linear polynomial, there were only one zero. But in case of quadratic polynomial, there may be two zeros. In case of cubic, there may be three zeros. In case of biquadratic, there will be four. So with zeros, number of zeros are equal to number of zeros equal to degrees of the polynomial. Degree is equal to 2, so number of zeros equal to 19 and 3 plus 3. So look, now we have to use middle term splitting. This method you learn in 8th and 9th both. So we have to take the coefficient of x square and the constant term. So 1 into 57. This is 57. Now this is positive. If the multiplication you are getting positive, that means you have to find the factors such that their summation is equal to middle term. If this product is positive, then we have to find the factors, their summation is equal to middle term. So 57 के factors 19 and 3 and their addition is equal to 22. So x square minus, now we can break this middle term into 19 and 3. But this is negative, so we have to write both 19 and 3 as negative. So x square minus 19x minus 3x plus 57 is equal to. Now we can use grouping. These two groups we can make. In these two, x is common, so we can write it x minus 19 here. Here we can take plus 3 common or minus 3 common. But if we take plus 3, then it will become minus x plus 19. If you suppose you take plus 3 common, what it will become minus x plus 19. But here we have x minus 19. So these two are not matching. So that's why we'll take minus 3 common. So x minus 19 is equal to 0. Now these two are same. So we can write it x minus 19 into x minus 3 is equal to 0. So this is x minus 19 is equal to 0, comma x minus 3 is equal to 0. So x is equal to 19 and x equal to 3 are the zeros of this polynomial. Okay. So this is the method to find the zeros in quadratic polynomial using middle term splitting. There is one more method that we'll see in the quadratic chapter. Direct formula is there to find the zeros. Zeros or roots. So second example, let's say huh? Yeah, that one. X square minus 4 root 5x minus 25. So, here if you multiply the coefficient of x square and the constant term, you will get minus 25. Correct? Minus 25. Whenever you are getting negative, you have to find the factor such that their subtraction is middle term. So now the factors should be such that their subtraction is equal to middle term. But when we look at the middle term, see the factors of 25 are 5 and 5 or 1 and 25, these two are possible factors. But when you look at the middle term is 4 root 5. 4 root 5. If you take 25 and 1, is it possible? 4 root 5 is not possible when you subtract them. When you subtract them, you will get 24. Correct? And when you take 5 and 5, after subtraction, you will get 0. Both of them are not correct because we have middle term as 4 root 5. 4 root 5 you will get only when you get root 5 and root 5 in both of them. So root 5 into root 5, 5. So 5 is already distributed, 5 is left. So how do we distribute the another 5? 1 5 I will write here and 1, so this will be as it is. Now 5 root 5 and root 5. If you subtract, what you will get? 4 root 5. So these are the factors according to this middle term. 5 root 5 and root 5. Because root 5 is anyway needed because of the middle term. So root 5 we have fixed. Now the remaining factor is 5. So 5 we can distribute. So factors are, now the middle term is negative. So bigger one should be negative, smaller one should be positive. So 5 root 5 will be negative and root 5 will be positive. So x square minus 5 root 5x plus root 5x minus 25. These are the factors. Now, in these two, x is common, x minus 5 root 5. Here, the root 5 is common, x minus 5 root 5. So, factors you will get as x minus 5 root 5 into x plus root 5. Now, you can equate them equal to 0. So, x minus 5 root 5 is equal to 0, comma x plus root 5 is equal to 0. So you will get x equal to 5 root 5 comma x equal to minus root 5. Got it? Any doubt? Plus 7 and minus 3. Correct. I will share the online video. So I will share the video link. उसको देख लेना. Because we'll cover the graph part in this class only. In next class we'll be doing about that. After that. So graph of the quadratic वो तुमको अभी नहीं आता है. ठीक है? So I will share. So x equal to 5 root 5, x equal to minus root 5. These are the factors. Got it? So the third one is similar. These type of equations you have done in the 9th standard. 1 into minus 21. Factors are, sorry, this is minus 21. Negative means you have to find the factors such that their subtraction is middle term. So factors are 7 and 3. 7, 3. But 4 is negative, so we have to take the bigger one as negative. So minus 7 and plus 3. X square minus 7x plus 3x minus 21. Now use grouping. So x into x minus 7 plus 3 into x minus 7. So we can write this x minus 7 into x plus 3 is equal to 0 because we are finding zeros, that's why we are making it equal to 0. So x minus 7 is equal to 0 comma x plus 3 is equal to 0. we'll get x equal to 7, comma x equal to minus 3. Got it? Next one. Cubic polynomial. Finding zeros in cubic polynomial. X cube minus 6x square plus 11x minus 6. Huh? Minus 1? No? Plus 1. Acha, for cubic polynomial also we have to make it equal to 0. Then we have somehow we have to solve it. But there is no method to solve this. So we have to use hit and try. So the method for the cubic polynomial is hit and try only. There is no fixed method. So what we'll do, we'll find the value of this polynomial for x equal to 1, minus 1. Factors of this are 2 and 3 also. So 1 minus 1, 2 minus 2, 3 minus 3 like that. So first of all we'll check for x equal to 1. If x equal to 1 will work. In that case we'll say x minus 1 is a factor. If x equal to minus 1 is working, then we'll say x plus 1 is a factor. So we'll check for x equal to 1. Check for x equal to 1. So P1, this is Px. Px is equal to 1 cube minus 6 plus 11 minus 6. 1 cube is 1. So 1 plus 11, 12. Minus 6 minus 6, 12. 12 minus 12 equal to 0. So at x equal to 1, the value of polynomial is equal to 0. That means x equal to 1 is a 0 of this polynomial. Also from the factor theorem you studied last year, if x equal to 1 is the root of this polynomial, then x minus 1 will be a factor of this polynomial. If here it is plus, then here it will be minus. If it is negative, then it will be positive. So x minus 1 will be a factor of px. Achha, one of the root will identify with the help of hidden trial method. The other two roots, for other two roots, because this is a cubic polynomial. In cubic polynomial, there will be three roots. So one root we have identified with the help of hidden trial method. So other two roots will divide this polynomial with x minus 1. So divide this polynomial with this x cube minus 6x square plus 11x minus 6 divided with x minus 1. How many of you know this division? आता है Sahib, you know how to divide this? No? Srinidhi Srinivas, you know this? हाँ. So सबसे पहले क्या करना है? Take this. अच्छा, this is in proper order. Higher degree term followed by the lower degree term. This is also in the order higher degree followed by lower degree. That you have to ensure. This is already in the proper order. Now divide this x cube. First term. First term is x cube. First term of this with the first term of this. So x cube divided by x. What will you get? X square. So write x square here as it is. X cube को x से divide किया, we get x square. Write x square here. Now multiply this x square with x and minus 1. Multiply this x square with x and minus 1. x square into x, x square into x is x2, x square into minus 1 is minus x square. Now subtract it, because in the normal division also we divide then subtract. So we subtract. When we subtract it, the sign of these terms will change. This is positive, it becomes negative, and this is negative, it becomes positive. Because we are subtracting, that's why sign will change. Now x cube positive, x cube negative, it will cancel. This is minus 6 plus 1. Minus 6x square plus x square. It becomes minus 5x square. Correct? These two terms we write as it is. Plus 11x minus 6. Now, again we have to divide. So, we have to divide this first term with the first term of this minus 5x square divided by x. Minus 5x square divided by x. Minus 5x. I'll write minus 5x here. Then multiply minus 5x with these two. Minus 5x into x minus 5x square. 5x into x minus 5x into minus 1 plus 5x. Then subtract. This is minus becomes positive. This is positive becomes negative. So minus 5 plus 5. It will cancel. 11 minus 5, 6. 6x minus 6. Now 6x we have to divide with x. 6x by x. 6. Write plus 6 here. Plus 6 into x. 6x. 6 into minus 1. Minus 6. So x square minus 5x plus 6 is the another factor of this polynomial. But these are not the zeros, we have to find the zeros. So one of the zero we have already found out. Another two zeros we can find out with the help of this. So x square minus, sorry, px, that is px equal to this. Px equal to this cubic. Now this cubic is equal to x minus 1 into this x square minus 5x plus 6. Then we can find out the value of, we can find the factors of this quadratic polynomial using middle term splitting that we have already done. So find out x square minus 5x plus 6. Multiplication 1 into 6, 6 positive है. So we have to find the factors such that their addition is 5. So 6 के factors जिनका addition 5 हो. Factors of 6, 3 and 2. So x square minus 2x minus 3x plus 6. Then grouping these two and these two. In these two x is common, x minus 2. In these two minus 3 we have to take common x minus 2. So x minus 2 into x minus 3. So we can write it here. Px is equal to x minus 1, x minus 2, x minus 3. Equate it to 0, you will get x equal to 1, 2 and these are the zeros of this polynomial. X equal to 1, 2, 3 are the zeros. second. X cube plus 3x square minus 4x minus 12. This. Huh? Huh. Minus x minus 2. 2 is a factor. 2 is a 0. Yeah. This is done. Everyone? Any doubt in this? Got it? So the second one is x cube plus 3x square minus 4x minus 12. And we have to find the zeros of this polynomial. When you check it for x equal to 1, it is not equal to 0. Even if you check it for x equal to minus 1, that is not working. X equal to 2. When 1 and minus 1 doesn't work. And this is an even number, so we'll take x equal to 2 also. अच्छा suppose ये 5 होता. Look everyone. Suppose this number is 5 instead of 12. This is 5. So factor of this are 5 and 1 only. So after 1 minus 1, we'll check 5 only, not 2, because 2 is not the factor of this constant. So we check for only 1 minus 1 and 5 minus 5 in this case. But when it is 12, we can check with 1 minus 1, 2 minus 2, 3 minus 3, 4 minus 4, like that. Because 1, 2, 3, 4 are factor of 12. So 1 and minus 1 is not working. So check with 2. Take x equal to 2. So P2 is equal to 2 cube plus 3 into 2 square minus 4 into 2 minus 12. Is 8 plus 3 into 4 minus 8 minus 12. So this is 8 plus 12 minus 8 minus 12. That is 0. 8, 8 cancel, 12, 12 cancel. What does that mean? X minus 2 is the factor of polynomial. Therefore, x minus 2 is the factor of Px. X minus 2 is the factor of Px. So x minus 2 is a factor. That means we can divide with x minus 2. Now divide with x minus 2. X cube plus 3x square minus 4x minus 12. divide with x minus 2. So do it. Huh? Root. No. X minus 2 divide करो. So x cube by x is x square. So we'll write x square here. Now multiply this x square with x and minus 2. X square into x, x cube, x square into minus 2, minus 2 x square. Then subtract, it becomes negative, it becomes positive. So x cube and minus x cube will cancel. 3 plus 2, 5. 3 plus 2, 5x square minus 4 minus 12. Now 5x square by x, 5x, so write 5x here plus 5x. Now multiply with 5x, 5x into x, 5x square, 5x into minus 2, minus 10x. Now subtract, so minus plus 5x square minus 5x square will get cancelled. Minus 4 plus 10 plus 6 minus 12. So this will be 6 times 6x minus 12. Subtract, you get 0. So one of the factor is x square plus 5x plus 6. So px is equal to x minus 2 into x square plus 5x plus 6. Now you have to find the factors of x square plus 5x plus 6. Again 2 and 3. So x square plus 2x plus 3x plus 6. So use grouping. These two groups, these two. X into x plus 2 plus 3 into x plus 2 into x plus 3. Minus 2 minus 3. So px is equal to x minus 2. This is x plus 2, x plus 3. And we can write it equal to 0. So x is equal to 2 minus 2 and minus 3. Because of this minus 2, because of this minus 3 we get. Then, so this is how we find the roots of cubic polynomial. One root we can find with the help of hit and trial method. Then other two roots we can find using quadratic. And this is a biquadratic polynomial, 4-degree polynomial. For 4-degree polynomial, there may be 4 roots. 4 possible roots are there. 2 roots are already given in the question, 1 and minus 1. And we have to find the other 2 roots. Okay. So 2 roots are already given, so hit and trial is not needed. So because of this 1, because of the 1, since 1 is a root, so x minus 1 will be factor because of this 1. Correct? Because of positive 1, positive है तो negative आएगा, ठीक है? Because of positive 1, x minus 1 will be factor. Because of negative 1, x plus 1 will be factor. So x minus 1 and x plus 1 both are the factor of this polynomial. So px is equal to x to the power 4 minus 3x square plus 2. Since 1 and minus 1 are zeros of px, therefore x minus 1 and x plus 1 will be factors of px. X minus 1 and x plus 1 both are the factors. So their multiplication will also be factor because factors are in multiplication. Na? So x minus 1 into x plus 1, that means x square minus 1, a minus b into a plus b, a square minus b square. So x square minus 1 will be factor of px. X square minus 1 is a factor of px. Now we can divide px with x square minus 1 to get the other factor. Like in the last case, cubic was given. So we know that x minus 1 is the factor. To find the other factors, we divide the cubic with x minus 1. Here, we know that x square minus 1 is the factor. So to find the other two factors, we divide px with x square minus 1. Okay. So divide px. Px is x to the power 4 minus 3x square plus 2. Divide this px with x square minus 1. Since in this case x square minus 1 is a factor, so we can divide px with x square minus 1. हेलो, हाँ क्लास में होकर तुम. So x to the power 4 by x square, you get x square. So write x square here. Now multiply x square with x square, x to the power 4, x square and minus 1, minus x square, then subtract. So this becomes negative, this becomes positive. Minus 3x square plus x square. ज़्यादा फास्ट तो नहीं हो रहा तुम लोग? Is it too fast? Class is going too fast or normal? Normal only, na? So minus 3x square plus x square minus 2x square plus, now divide this minus 2x square with x square. So minus 2x square by x square is minus 2. So write minus 2 here. Now multiply minus 2 with x square and minus 1. So minus 2x square plus 2. So x square minus 1 was the given factor. One more factor is x square minus 2. So px is equal to x to the power 4 minus 3x square plus 2. It can be written as x square minus 1 into x square minus 2. In both the cases, we can apply a square minus b square. This is 1 square. And for this, how can we write this? 2 is in the form of a square. Can we write 2 in the form of a square? How? Hmm? Square. Is 2 is the square of some number? 2. 2 is the square of root 2. 2 is the square of root 2. So we can write 2 as a root 2 square. So we can write x minus 1, a minus b into a plus b, a square minus b square, x plus 1. This is x minus root 2 into x plus root 2. So roots are 1 minus 1 plus root 2 and minus root 2. These are the four roots. 1 minus 1 was already given and root 2 and minus root 2 are the other two roots. So this is how we can find the roots if some zeros are already given. Okay. So this type of questions are there. Okay. Done. So next topic is graph of the polynomial. So first type is linear polynomial. So linear polynomial के graph you have seen in the last year. Last year था graph of linear polynomial. चलो देख. So suppose px is equal to x plus pi. This is a linear polynomial and you have to make the graph of this. So first step is to replace px with y. So first step क्या होगा? Replace px with y. This is your first step. So it becomes y is equal to x plus pi. Now what we do to make the graph of this line? We make the table, correct? So make the table. for x and y. So put x equal to 0. What is the value of y? If you put x equal to 0, x equal to 0, y कितना आएगा? 3 inverse 5 minus 5. X equal to 0. If you put x equal to 0 in this, y will be equal to 5. 0 plus 5 is 5 only. So y is equal to 5. In the next one, you can put y is equal to 0. So when you put y is equal to 0, you will get x equal to minus 5. So x is minus 5. So points are 0, 5 and minus 5, so 0, 5 is one of the point, minus 5, 0 is second point. Coordinate axis x, y, 0, 5 will be at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 0, 5 will be here and minus 5, 0 on x-axis. Minus is on left side. So minus 1, this is origin. Minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, minus 5. This is minus 5, 0. So these two are points. This is 0, 5 and this is minus 5, 0. And this line is y is equal to x plus 5. This is the graph of polynomial. And from the graph also you can see there is only one 0. That is minus 5. So graphical definition ये भी याद रखना है. From the graph you can see the zeros. Zeros are the point in the graph. Remember this one. In the graph, zeros are the point where graph cuts x-axis. If the graph is cutting x-axis one times, that means the curve has only one zero. If it is cutting two times, that two zeros. In this case, only one time the graph is intersecting the x-axis, that is 1 0, that is minus 5. Y-axis से कोई मतलब नहीं, only from the x-axis. This is not the 0, this is. That's why it is called 0, because at this point the value becomes 0. So zeros are the point where graph cut x-axis. So this is the 0. So do you need more example of this type? This was already there in 9th. Prepare a table and make the graph. So I'm skipping this. Then next, px is equal to 2x. This is also linear. First step is again replace px with y. So px को y से replace कर दिया, y is equal to 2x. In every graph you have to replace px with y. So y is equal to 2x. Now prepare table. So x, y. So when you put x equal to 0, y is equal to 0 2. Then what we can take for the second point? You can take any point. You can take x equal to 1, you can take x equal to 2, anything. So when you take x equal to 1, y becomes, so the graph will be like this. It is passing through 0, comma 0, one more point 1, comma 2. Two step in this direction. So this is it. So this will be the graph. Y is equal to 2x. This is 1, this is 2. Okay? 2 vertical, 1 horizontal. X equal to 1, y is equal to 2. Got it? Like the previous one. Third one. Px is equal to 1. Let's say this. Can we make the graph of this? Is it possible to make the graph of this? So, tell me how many zeros are there in here? Can you tell me zeros from this graph? 1 0, and the value of 0 is also 0 in this case, because this graph is intersecting the x-axis at 0 0 only. So x equal to 0 is the 0 of this polynomial. Correct? This one. This is constant polynomial. First step, replace with y. So y is equal to 1. So whatever be the value of x, y is always 1. Y does not depend on the x. Y is always 1. So for all values of x, y is 1. Y is 1 for all values of x. So it will be a horizontal line. All values of x. Here also y is equal to 1. Here also y equal to 1. For any value of x, y is always 1. So this is a line parallel to x axis. This line is y equal to 1 and this point is 1, 0 comma 1. Is this graph have any 0? No. This is not intersecting x axis, so this does not have any 0. This graph is not intersecting x axis, it does not have any 0. Okay? So, so these are the graphs of linear polynomial. Now moving to quadratic polynomial. Graph of quadratic polynomial. In quadratic polynomial, there are 6 type of graph. Look, quadratic polynomial graph is a parabola. So parabola either will be upward or it will be downward. So in upward, it may be intersecting x-axis 2 times, or it may be intersecting x-axis only 1 time, or it may not intersect x-axis at all. So these are the 3 type of upward parabola. So this I am naming it 1, 2 and 3. These are 3 cases of upward parabola. And then there are 3 cases of downward parabola, like intersecting x-axis 2 times, intersecting x-axis only one time, and do not intersect x-axis at all. So these are the 6 cases. This is fourth, this is fifth, this is sixth. 3 in the upward, 3 in the downward. Intersect x-axis 2 times, that means 2 zeros. Intersecting x-axis 1 time, that means 1 zero. But quadratic में तो हमने पढ़ा था 2 zero होते हैं. यहाँ पे 1 क्यों आ रहा है? Because both zeros are repeated. There will be 2 zeros at the same point. And here, this is not intersecting x-axis at all. There is no zero. So in this case, there are 2 imaginary zeros. That is not in your syllabus, so you can leave that. In this case, it is not intersecting x-axis, no zeros, or imaginary zero. Similarly, in this case, 2 zeros, 1 zero, and no zeros. Here also, both zeros are at the same point. Here, both zeros are imaginary. Third case. So, quadratic polynomial is like this: x square minus 4x plus 3. This is a quadratic polynomial. Quadratic means degree. General quadratic polynomial is ax square plus bx plus c. This is the generalized form. So all the formulas will derive on the basis of this a, b, c by considering x square coefficient as a, x coefficient as b, and the constant term is c. Ax square plus bx plus c. So now tell me, in this case, a is equal to 1. You compare this with this. A is equal to 1, b is equal to minus 4, and c is equal to 3. Got it? Now in the first step is same, replace fx with y. So y is equal to x square minus 4x plus 3. This is common step for all of them. Now I am writing the steps for quadratic. Step 1. Check A. If A is greater than 0, then it will be upward parabola. Upward means first 3 cases. A is greater than 0, then the remaining 3 cases will be eliminated. Only the first 3 possibilities. It will be always upward if A is greater than 0. If A is less than 0, it will be downward parabola. So by checking the value of A, we can say which case is there. Either these 3 or these 3. A greater than 0, upward parabola. A less than 0, downward parabola. ठीक है, A से identify हो गया upward और downward. Step 2. Check D. D is called discriminant, and the value of D is equal to b square minus 4ac. B is equal to b square minus 4ac. B क्या है? B is this coefficient of x. A is the coefficient of x square. C is the constant term. So b square minus 4ac check करना है. Okay? If D greater than 0, that means two roots, two distinct roots. Distinct root means either the first case or fourth case. If A is greater than 0, then the first case. A less than 0, then the fourth case. Understood? If D is greater than 0, then either the fourth case or first case. These two cases. If D is equal to 0, then two equal roots. Equal means either the second case or fifth case. If D is equal to 0, then second or fifth. अच्छा, A greater than 0 है, फिर second ही होगा. A greater than 0 and D equal to 0, then there will be second case only. If D is less than 0, then there will be two imaginary roots. Imaginary means the last two cases. So this is either first or fourth case, This is second or fifth case, and this is third or sixth case. Okay. So this case means a greater than 0 and d greater than 0. This case means a less than 0, d greater than 0. This case means a greater than 0, d is equal to 0. This case means a less than 0, d is equal to 0. This case a greater than 0, d less than 0. And this case a less than. So these are six cases. Based on a and d, by checking the value of a and d, you can find the specific case. Okay. So ये हो गया. Then step 3, find zeros if exist. Find zeros if exist. Because zeros only exist in first these two cases and these two cases. Zero doesn't exist in last case. Third and sixth case में zero doesn't exist. Only in these four cases zero exists. So I'm writing find zeros if exist. How do you find zero? How do you find zero? Using middle term splitting. Middle term splitting we have seen earlier. Na? Zeros you can find with the help of middle term splitting. Find zeros. This is your third step. Okay. So in this polynomial, this is your given polynomial. This graph you have to plot. When you put x equal to 0 in this, you will get y is equal to c. So x equal to 0 means y is equal to c. So x equal to 0 is this y axis. Y axis is called x equal to 0 on all the points of y axis. X equal to 0, correct? So when you put x equal to 0, you will get y is equal to c. That means 0 comma c is the point where the graph intersect y axis. So this graph will be intersecting y axis at some point, correct? This value will be c. Okay. In this graph will be intersecting y axis at some point. This point will be c. Here also it will intersect y axis. That point will be c. In this case, c will be negative. In these cases, so c may be positive also. Suppose ऐसे हो गया. In that case, c will be positive. So you can find the point at which the graph is intersecting y-axis. ठीक है? Step 4 में. Step 4 में point at which graph intersect y-axis. No. Mark point at which graph intersect y-axis. This point is 0 comma c. Graph intersect y-axis at 0 comma c because at x equal to 0 y is equal to c. So graph will always intersect y-axis at 0 comma c. Step 5 is find vertex. Vertex, this is called vertex where the graph changes. See, graph is decreasing up to this point. After this point, graph is started. Here also graph is decreases up to this point. So this point is called vertex. In this graph is increasing up to this point and then decreasing, changing direction. So this point is called vertex. So find vertex. The coordinate of vertex are minus b comma 2a, minus b by 2a comma minus d by 4a. These are the coordinate of vertex. So these are the 5 steps to make the graph. Minus b by 2a comma minus d by 4a are the coordinate of vertex. So these are the steps make the graph. We'll see one example today. In next class, we'll see some more examples on drawing the graph. This is done. You wrote all the steps. Okay. These are the proper steps. In your books, book steps are not given. Written the steps properly so that you can make the graph very comfortably. So example is x square minus 4x minus 3 plus 3. First step 1. Check A. A is equal to 1, that is greater than 0. What does that mean? Graph is upward parabola. A is positive. Graph is upward parabola. Upward parabola. A greater than 0 is upward parabola. Second step, find D. A is equal to 1, B is equal to minus 4, C is equal to 3. Step 2, D is equal to B square minus 4AC. Find this value. B is minus 4, so minus 4 square minus 4. A is 1, C is 3. So 16 minus 12, 4. Greater than 0. D greater than 0, that means there will be two distinct roots. So first case. What does that mean? First case. You get first case. Now the third step is to finding the roots using middle term splitting. So step 3. Find roots. X square minus 4x plus 3 is equal to 0. Now the factors are 1 and 3. So x square minus x minus 3x plus 3 is equal to 0. Dropping these two and these two. X into x minus 1 minus 3 into x minus 1 is equal to 0. So x minus 1 into x minus 3 is equal to 0. It gives you x equal to 1 comma 3. These two are zeros of the polynomial. Okay? X equal to 1 and 3. So a graph will be like this. अच्छा fourth step भी कर लेते हैं. Fourth step is point where this intersect y axis. Y axis point क्या होगा? 0 comma C. C is 3, positive 3. So 0 comma 3 will be the point and it intersects y axis. So 0 comma 3 will be somewhere here. So parabola will be like this. This is 1, this is 3 and this point is 3. ठीक है? First step say we determine that it is a upward or downward. So it is a upward. Second step, there are two distinct roots. So intersecting x-axis 2 times. Third step, we determine the value of roots 1 and 3. Fourth step, this point 0, comma 3. Fifth step is the finding vertex. This one. The coordinate of the vertex is step 5. Vertex is ये याद रखना है minus b by 2a comma minus d by 4a. Minus 1 minus is already here. B is minus 4. So minus 4 upon 2 into x is 1. A is 1, sorry. Comma minus d. Minus 4 upon 2 into 4 into 1. So this will be 4 by 2. 2 comma minus 1. So vertex is 2 comma minus 1. So this point is 2 and this point is minus 1. This is your graph of the parabola. 2 comma minus 1 is the vertex. Understood? So I am giving you some homework. You can check that. Okay. In next class, we'll discuss some more graphs. Any doubt in this? I think steps are pretty clear. Okay. Follow the steps, you'll get the graph. Practice we'll do in the next class tomorrow. And by the time you can do this homework. Only 5 questions are there. Done? So homework is find zeros of the polynomial 3x square minus 10x plus 8, 3x cube minus 5x square minus 11x minus 3, x cube minus 6x square plus 3x plus 10. Second one, draw graphs fx is equal to minus 2x plus 3 and fx is equal to x square plus 2x plus 5. So this is your homework.